Welcome back to John's Films, a place where I'm building a new computer. What? Why am I building a computer in the middle of the friggin' worst hardware pandemic of my life? Literally easier to get a computer back in 1994 when you ordered it out of catalog for $6,000. The good news is it's the same price these days, so that's handy. Why the heck am I building a computer? We moved, and in moving, I gave up a studio I had built out behind my old house. I'm in the process of rebuilding that. Unfortunately, with the lumber shortages and the craziness in the construction market here in Austin, I haven't been able to get that done yet. And therefore, I'm functioning out of a small corner here in the bedroom. All of the stuff I had in my studio, I had to put in storage. And here's the culprit of the story. I'm an idiot. I made the wrong choice of which storage units to put it in because I had my computer. Here's Exhibit A, computer, in the storage unit. And here's Exhibit B. Notice anything missing? Yeah, the Ryzen 3950 with the 2080 Ti in it. The 64 gigabytes of 3466 Dominator Platinum? Gone. Why is it gone? There are no signs of forced entry. I'm the only one with a key, so either I sleepwalked my way to the storage unit, sleep drove, in the process, put my computer somewhere where I don't know where it is. I did file a police report because that's pretty unlikely. So this month I had to figure out where am I going to get the parts for a computer. Step one, cry a bit. Yeah, it happened. Step two, reach out to the one rep this small little YouTube channel has to say, hey, do you have any BeQuiet stuff you could throw my way? And guess what? In a time when they're selling literally everything they can make, they said, you know what? Sure. Here, why don't you try our Pure Loop 360-degree radiator? Hey, take a Silent Base 802. Should be fantastic. And while we're at it, we're going to ship you a 750-watt power supply. I was blown away. And so I'm excited to try these out in the video. I didn't get paid anything for this. They shipped me the hardware so that I could use it in my Resurrection build. And I'm pretty thankful for that. It was quite an amazing thing for them to do. What else did I get in the system? Well, step three was starting to go into the Newegg shuffle and go crazy. Scour Amazon, Newegg, and any other vendor I could find that had hardware. What did I refuse to do? I refused to go pay anything more than about 20% of MSRP. So that Ryzen 5950 that's really interesting, that should be $799, but it's $1,137, not going to happen. In fact, the only thing I could find in stock was a 5800 on Amazon. So I was able to buy a 5800X on Amazon for around $400. That was pretty good. Didn't feel too bad about that. In the memory camp, as I went to larger stick sizes, it really got painful. So instead, in my 4-stick system here with an X570 motherboard, more on that in a second, I ended up getting 4 sticks of Corsair 8GB RAM, but I was able to get it at 4,000 megahertz, which has really made a difference in renders. It's been pretty impressive. The next thing that I did was in the Newegg Shuffle, I actually hit the money. That's right. I not only qualified for the shuffle and was able to buy something, I was able to buy something I actually needed. And I got an RTX 3090. Did I really want to buy a 3090? Maybe not. But it came with an X570 motherboard, an Aorus Master. It was too good to pass up. Those I got for $2,300 or so, which, given the current prices of 3090s, I could flip on the market, but I need the computer. So today what I'm showing you is my 5800X with an X570 motherboard, an RTX 3090, 32 gigabytes of DDR4000 Corsair memory, all built inside a Silent Base from BeQuiet with a Pure Loop from BeQuiet and a power supply powered by BeQuiet. An interesting thing you might want to note, I'm using a 750-watt power supply. When my graphics card I have caught pulling 410 watts worth of power. But because I'm on 7nm Ryzen, and because it's a high-quality power supply, I have had zero problems. The 5800 rarely tops 110 watts, the rest of the system's negligible at 40 or 50, and the 750-watt power supply is running like a champ, even when I overclock both the CPU and the GPU. So let's see how this thing performs. I'll give you a little bit of a B-roll montage so you can see what it looks like, and I can hope I never have to do this again. Some of what you are seeing there is playing back directly out of the system cache. I wanted to take the opportunity to show you both what's running well and the realities of a difficult codec to play back. I've got an RTX 3090 and a 5800X in the system. However, I shot in Sony's H.265/422 4K 10-bit codec. The challenge with that is the extra 2. The NVIDIA hardware decoder in the graphics card, and leveraged by the Studio Edition of Resolve, does not support 422 chroma subsampling. Instead, it does 444 or 420. 444 being perfect color and representation, 422 or 420 utilizing chroma subsampling. The use of chroma subsampling plays on the fact that the human eye can see less difference between color than it can light. The first number in the triad is the number of horizontal pixels subsampled, while the next two are the number of samples taken from stacked pixels of the width defined in the first. The samples are color averaged to determine the stored data, thus compressing color data storage requirements. Here you can see NVIDIA's hardware encode-decode chart, which shows that it enables all color data 444 or 420. It does not, however, handle 422, which means it's being offloaded to the CPU for a large part of the work, and the GPU is doing a lot of work in its color engine rather than the NVIDIA chip. That is what's causing some pain here. What is very surprising is I'm working in 1080p timeline. Let's take a look at what happens if I flip it up to a 4K timeline. Here you can see a 4K timeline. That's not only the transitions that are killing me, it's the amount of data that this thing has to process for each frame 24 times a second. The footage was also shot at 120 frames per second for B-roll and slowed down 20%, which creates space for the frames to breathe, but it's still not fast enough to keep up in real time, which makes me transcode or rely on Resolve's caching system while I edit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I've got a variety of technical content. 1, hoping to expand your technical knowledge topic by topic, but 2, hoping to expand your visibility into the current hardware in the market. Thanks for watching again, and I hope you have a great day.